Hi everyone, welcome. It's Lori at Craggy Brook Witchery, and I was hoping to get those people that love cats interested in this Tarot of the Cat People. It is a deck that's still available. The one on the left here, mine that I purchased, is a 1984, I believe. And this one over here, I got in a thrift store shortly after I bought this one. And this is a 1985 edition. And you'll see that the boxes are a little bit different. And it is designed and created by Karen Kuykendall. And it is one of those decks filled with symbolism, as it says, imagery, but it's almost like stepping into a fantasy novel or an episode of Star Trek, because it really does take you to other worlds. And she talks about 5 kingdoms and outer regions. And in order to get all that kind of information in depth, she did create a book called The Traveler's Report. And in this book, you just get much more than the little white book. And you can see here that this whole section, that's explaining the world that she has created, the 5 kingdoms. And when she refers to the majors, she calls them the sky people. There are the swords, wands, cups, and pentacles in here, so it is like a normal tarot deck. I didn't see anyone when I read the reviews talking about the fact that some of the descriptions, like I found, for instance, for the swords and the wands, might be sort of tossing between the 2 elements, but you can certainly bring to it what you know of the 4 elements and just read it as you would any other tarot deck. Now in here, when you get to the sky people, which starts with the Fool, you can see that you get a good amount of information. It's just enough, a little bit more than the little white book, and it'll get you going. But I did notice when you get into the suits, especially here's one for the cups, it's going to tell you all about the kingdom that she created. And the cups she refers to as the salt people, and you can see all the equivalents there and characteristics. And you get a fair amount of information before you actually get into each of the individual cards. And it is black and white imagery in here. And I do believe the only spread or layout that she refers to is the 10-card Celtic Cross. So a very nice book, especially if you like fiction, fantasy, and sci-fi all rolled into one. So there's the little white booklet that came in the box. And it is all English. So you got 62 pages there, and you can see the information that you get for each of the cards. But let's get into the cards, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So these are the backs. Now there are 2 Protector deck cards in here. This one actually says printed in Italy, but this is what the back designs look like. So they will be reversible. Let's check the back of this, make sure there's no writing. No, so that's perfect, because some people don't like that little printed in Italy appearing on the backs of their cards. So 2 years worth of work. Oh, there it is there. There's the tiny little bit of writing. But it is small. I don't think it should bother you too much. I was just going to say, it did take her 2 years to create this deck. And apparently she did 9.5 inch by 15.5 inch acrylics. And I guess they were sort of scanned or reduced for the cards themselves. Now, some of the kingdoms that she gets into have different languages, different beliefs, legends, and she tried to create costumes that would be unisex. So I'm going to try to enlarge this a bit so that you get a better picture, and we'll begin. Okay, so this is the Sky People, and there is our Fool. So there's a taste of the cats that'll be appearing, the sort of worlds that appear in backgrounds, and it really is a feast for the eyes. There is our magnificent magician. The high priestess. Interesting that the cats take on the form of the two pillars that you'd normally see. This is what she means when she says robes. Like, these are way over the top, gorgeous. Our emperor. The high priest. And I did see this deck available on Amazon, and I even saw it on Etsy. You got some cute factor there with the two cats. The quality of the cardstock is really nice. There's your Justice card for 8. So there is that switch. Beautiful Hermit. I can't imagine her living with 10 cats, but when you love cats, what's 10? Beautiful Strength card. I'm not entirely sure what this part of the drawing is, but we get the galaxy behind us. The colors are stunning. There's your Death card. Guess I better not burn my box. Move that a little bit. Interesting that the cat is skeletal. Really, really cool. Temperance. Beautiful artistry. The Devil. The Tower. And the Star. The Moon. Pretty darn gorgeous moon, even the outfit. And you almost have the yin and yang happening here with the little bit of the moon there and here. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but your mind could really play in the kingdoms that she has created. Our rejuvenation. This looks almost plant life here. Okay, there is our rejuvenation. As I said, I don't know what this is here. It looks plant life, but it also looks like a splash of water. So I'm not sure. And then I guess if you think of souls passing over, I guess these cats have passed over. They look like orbs almost. Really clever. And then we have the world. Now, she did, I believe, live in Arizona, so some of the costumes reminds me of that, the heat, the sand, the coloring. Okay, so now this is the Pentacles, and it is, I guess, the region of rock, and its coloring is sapphire, apparently. So our Two of Pentacles. Our Three. I love the shoulders here on the cat, watching her as she's sort of hoarding whatever she thinks of value here. And the cat's like, come on, you better share. 5, the sense of loss. 6, seven, our 8 of coins. I like that when you spend some time looking, you catch these little cat heads here and there. 9, our 10, and if you take a peek a little longer, it looks like the pentacle is coming more into light as it goes through its sequence there, developing, I guess. Our Page of Pentacles, cozy. Our Knight with his warrior outfit, having a cat there. Our Queen. And our King. It make a beautiful layout. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so now we move into Swords, which is, as I say, she says the fire people, but her explanations then go into more of the traits that we would normally associate with the swords. And its gem is ruby in her fictitious world. Our 3 of Swords. 4. Very interesting. Now each of these swords, although they're gems, they also look like eyes that are watching. And she has a beautiful, almost tapestry here in her headgear. The 8. 9. The 10. So instead of the sun on the horizon coming up for a brand new day, we have the cat appearing. Our page, knight. So instead of a horse, it looks like a black panther. Our queen. It's getting a little bit warm there. And our king. Okay, so now the wands apparently are of the region of sand, and their gem is emerald. Our four of wands with the fat happy cats. Very regal. Well, that's neat because the wands, the Eight of Wands is usually messages for me, and you see all those batons or whatever they use for their symbols in the decks flying through the air. And here she seems to be juggling them. Our 9, 10. Beautiful page. It's like that light is lighting up the whole world behind her. The Knight of Wands. Queen. Almost a reptilian type outfit. And the King. With cats on their heads. All right, now the cups is salt and topaz. So that's the larger version of what's on my tuck box here, which is a little bit ripped, and I don't know how that happened. So it's going to need some love. Our 4 of Cups. The 5. Our 6. Seven. Nice mood and feeling to that 8 of Cups. 9. 10. Our page. The Knight. The Queen. Very royal. And our King. Almost like a peacock burst of cats behind him. So it is a feast for the eyes, no doubt about it. So for someone who loves cats, I would say that that's a pretty nice deck to have in your collection. And I don't think it was very much money on Amazon. So I'll zoom out again, and happy hunting if you're looking for this deck. It won't appear in this box anymore, more so this one. But I would suggest the booklet as well so that you can really immerse yourself in her fantasy world. Everybody have a wonderful day and hugs to you all.